Unit 7. Listening. Narrator. Today, I'm going to give a talk about one of the most famous writers of science fiction, Arthur C. Clarke. He was born in England in 1917, the son of a farmer. He was always interested in science, but his father died and his family did not have much money, so Clarke had to find work as soon as he finished school. He got a job with the government, although he wrote for science magazines in his free time. He was able to develop his skills in science during the Second World War, when he worked with radar. This system was being used for the first time, to help planes to land. Many science articles by Clarke had been published in magazines before the war ended. He predicted satellite television in one article. Later, his science fiction stories were also published in magazines. Clarke decided to go to university after the war and he graduated in maths and physics. He became the editor of a science magazine and continued to write articles and stories. Many of his stories were about people traveling into space in rockets. Soon he was famous as a writer and also as a scientific consultant. Scientists and technicians knew that Clarke could be asked about spaceships and satellites, and he was happy to talk about his ideas. In 1964, Clarke was asked to work on a film for the famous director Stanley Kubrick. The director wanted to make a film of one of Clarke's short stories. This became 2001, A Space Odyssey. The film, about traveling far into space, has been watched by many millions of people since it was made in 1968. After a serious illness, Clarke was in a wheelchair for many years and he died in 2008, but he is remembered as a great scientist as well as a writer. The Arthur C. Foundation has promoted the use of technology to improve the quality of life in developing countries, and there are now parts of space that have been named after him. Unit 7. Listening. Narrator.